7 Ways of Healing from Childhood Trauma. Do you still suffer from childhood trauma? The sting of painful memories from childhood could stay on for long, but you can heal your inner child with self-care resources available to you. Childhood does not go away by taking up vices like substance abuse and replacing your past abusers with new people. Here are 7 ways you can heal from childhood trauma, according to child trauma treatment specialists. 7. Heal by helping others. The global statistics of child abuse and neglect are at an alarming rate. The more urban the population is structured, the worse parents are at the skill of parenting. When you set yourself out to heal, it would be better if you looked out for the millions of children like you. The mainstream nature of this situation leaves many of these abused children in foster homes or homeless shelters. You can get your past to rewrite itself by ensuring that other children have it better. You can spend your time volunteering at children's homes and other facilities that provide services to children. In the beginning, it will sound triggering as the children recount their stories, but it gets better. Relating to them and showing support is all that they need to heal at the moment. In your local community, you can help children who are going through rough times at home. Be the adult that children can freely speak to. The empathy and friendship you offer them will go a long way to help them navigate their experiences. You can start up a mentorship program, be it in creativity, academics, or sports. The children will show up, and then you can be their help with whatever is going on at home. 6. Fill the gap. You will have to provide the good things you wish you had as a child for yourself. In your childhood, you were not able to help yourself. As an adult, you have what it takes to give yourself the chance to enjoy some of those things. If you were fed unhealthy meals and neglected when you asked for better, you could learn to cook for yourself. That way, your interests and needs merge to help with the healing process. If you are in poverty, you can seek expert help to put your financial home in order. The saving culture, budgeting lifestyle, and ways to invest for more financial gains. The gaps of your life need proactive steps to be controlled and changed for the better. The most common form of trauma is feeling neglected and invisible to everyone as a child. For this purpose, you will have to be deliberate in your relationships. You will have to keep your past in mind whenever you decide to allow new people into your life. Seek relationships with only those who cherish you. The ones who are comfortable with you being a needy and clingy friend. The friends and partners who will enjoy spending time with you and constantly make you feel needed. If it is a problem, then end things before they end up pushing you back into the rabbit hole of loneliness. 5. Identify the manifestations of the past hurt. There is a pattern of self-sabotaging that comes directly from childhood trauma. If you are a toxic person, there is a chance that you inherited those traits from your past. The toxic relationships with partners come from what you have seen and experienced. People who felt abandoned when they were children will repeat the cycle of toxic behavior with their partners, and then they will also leave them. These toxic behaviors include projecting suspicion and distrust on anyone they meet. That also makes you want to push people away for fear of them getting to know you, and then abandoning you like the rest. As a victim of childhood trauma, it is not your fault that you have these traits. It is, however, your responsibility to acknowledge them and work towards healthier habits. You can make the first step by identifying all the feedback you have received about your evil behavior. It is not an easy trip, but it comes in handy in the end. Listening to people tell you what you did wrong has never felt good. However, this is the first step towards healing. When collecting such data, you need to pin the behavior on what you experienced as a child, and then realize why you should be doing something different. The healthier habits then come easily once you accept your toxicity. 4. Embrace your emotions. The emotions that your childhood brings may not be pleasant. You will be feeling a range of emotions due to the various forms and key players involved in your trauma. The best thing to do is not to ignore what you are feeling. At the moment, you have to allow the emotions to sit with you. The various emotions can then lead you to a more finalized healing. If you feel anger towards your parents, let that anger settle until you can forgive them. If you are furious at another person, let the feelings flow. It is part of the greater work. Your decision to move past those emotions could not be the best idea, because pain demands to be felt. The different emotions you experience can help you account for all that you need help dealing with. as an overwhelming exercise, it is necessary to involve a professional. It could be a trauma specialist or trusted friend who can identify your emotions and assist you in rectifying them. There are life coaches who also understand the cycle of childhood trauma and can help with your emotions. The healing process is not a one-day project, and it should not be rushed. The experts can take you through a journey, and when you finish, your healing will be near. 3. Identify your specific trauma. It might be challenging to pick a specific struggle. Childhood is for learning new things and not understanding what is going on at once. That is also the reason you only knew about your childhood trauma much later in your life. Growing up in a dysfunctional environment is a broad spectrum. Once you go on a journey to heal yourself, you have to narrow it to your form of neglect and abuse. The area of hurt can determine what help you need and what traits you should work on. This exercise will work if you can recollect the events surrounding the series of abuse. As it stands, the core to all trauma is neglect. Someone failed to do their necessary duties, and that resulted in your trauma. So you need to identify that root cause, which will also expose what you lacked. The neglect could be a lack of love and affection, protection, and guidance. The trauma could be that you wished there was more freedom to choose what you wanted. There could well be the wish that you had more resources at your disposal, and you didn't have to hustle your way out as a child. When you recollect this and feel that void in your upbringing, the healing can be more specific. 2. Validate your experience. You will have to be realistic and explain that something happened to you. When you fail to acknowledge that you have a problem, it doesn't mean the problem goes away. You have to face it if you are searching for healing. Abuse, neglect, and other forms of trauma cannot stay unaddressed forever. At a point, you will have to open up about it to yourself at least. The tricky part is going over details and the feeling of shame and guilt. Those feelings are natural, but there is a way that a professional can offer coping mechanisms for them. The Troops Down Memory Lane is a technique that best dissects all the possible angles of your hurt. So you must complete it. The experience happened, you're not making it up. If you overlook the impact of those experiences, you would fully understand the extent of abuse once you say it out loud. So open up and know that your experiences are valid, and your healing process is too. 1. Acknowledge your inner child. The things that you are experiencing now are a testament to your past. You have issues that run farther and more profound than you are acknowledging. That is what should be tackled first. You need to understand that your inner child exists. This inner child still demands that the pains and hurt they experienced must be compensated. Although it is not conventional, experts say it is okay to speak to your inner child, like sitting next to you. You can give your inner child an identity that makes them feel natural to you. And then you can help each other deal with the problems you have both faced. Mind you, the issues you and your inner child have faced are mirror opposites. You can look into the mirror and start saying words of affirmation to your inner child. Another method is to journal all your feelings to your past self. The words of affirmation, the affection, and guidance you did not receive when you were young could appear here in the journal to appease your younger self. Whatever you went through as a child was no fault of yours. The more you seek to make sense of the situation, instead of realizing it was wrong, the harder your healing process is. If you have childhood trauma crippling your adult life, you can take measures to start speaking to a professional. What is the most dominant trait you have that is a reminder of your childhood trauma? What measures have you used in the past to heal your inner child? Please share with us in the comments.